everyone, welcome back to current affairs session. So we'll start as usual with different sections of current affairs based on UPSC subjects. So first thing is international relations. Under that, yesterday we have read about line of action control. So that is related to Akshin and Arunachal Pradesh region, and we understood under working mechanism for consultation and coordination talks and corps commander meetings. So they're focusing on troops redeployment. So that is the thing. Later we went for Shanghai Cooperation. So the news was India may participate in Shanghai Cooperation 2024. So we learned like initially it was Shanghai 5 and then later it included other members. Now it is 10 members including India, Pakistan, China, Russia and Belarus. So I told you all the countries, but I told you there is no Turkmenistan in Central Asia. Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan is there. And Mongolia, Iran, Pakistan, India and China. So these are the things. For today, Shanmugha Arts, Science, Technology and Research Academy Shastra Ramanuj Prize has been given to Alexander Dun. Is from Georgia Institute of Technology, USA. So for what it has been given? It is for a excellent work under mathematics if the individual is below age 32. So it is started in 2005 by Shastra University, Tamil Nadu. So they will provide 10,000 USD for contribution to mathematics, especially influenced by Srinivas Ramanuj. Okay, so we should know a little bit on Ramanuja. So born in 22nd December 1887 at Erode, Tamil Nadu. His contribution is to number theory and elliptical functions. So it has been recognized by G.H. Hardy, a Britisher, who invited him to Cambridge in 1913. So this was a short history of Ramanuja. And the Shastra Awards this year goes to Georgia University, particularly to Alexander Dun. Yeah. Apart from that, the next news from international relations is the focus on United Nations 80th anniversary. So it is going to hit 80th anniversary. So the countries are urging for reforms in UNSC, United Nations Security Council. So group of four, India, Brazil, Germany and Japan, call for urgent UNSC reforms. Support. This is also supported by groups like L69 and C10. So we see this. So G4 aim to include permanent and non-permanent members from developing countries also. For what? For better representation and transparency. So the urgency is for UNSC's reforms so that the credibility is maintained with calls for immediate negotiations. Right. So I told L69 grouping also supporting. There are 32 developing nations in that, including India. So goal is to expand UNSC membership to reflect contemporary global realities, right? And even C10 grouping 10 African nations from African Union. So again to improve the African representation so that they'll be having more transparency. So let us have a small overview on UNSC. It has been established in 1945. Structure 15 members, 5 permanent members are there with veto power and non-permanent members are 10. So we have to make them, some of them should be permanent. Is a what is that necessity of the hour. So that's the thing. This is for international peace and security and can impose sanctions and authorize military actions also. That's the power of UNSC. The next is the current affairs news is on South China Sea. We all know it is most disputed sea, South China Sea, because of China's aggressive territorial claims impacting countries. So I have mentioned this is a map where South China Sea and the islands which are included in the conflicts. So I mentioned a table. This frames a very important table for South China Sea and East China Sea conflicts. If we know this much, our work will be done for prelims. So we should be knowing the island Senkaku or Diu Island. It's in East China Sea. So it is disputed between Japan, China, um, and Taiwan. Okay. So Japan, China, and Taiwan. It's in East China Sea. What is that? Senkaku. When it comes to Spratly Island, it's in South China Sea. So it is disputed between China, Taiwan, Vietnam, Philippines, Malaysia and Brunei. Here it comes Vietnam, Malaysia, Philippines, Taiwan, China. Okay, so that is about and also Brunei. That is about Spratly Islands. Parcel Islands also are in South China Sea. So China, Vietnam, and Taiwan are getting conflicted. So then we have Scarborough Shoal, South China Sea. It's disputed between China, Philippines, and Taiwan. In East China Sea, between China and Japan, Taiwan. So we should be knowing whenever it is like East China Sea, we have East China Sea issue among Taiwan, Japan, and China, and also Senkaku issue. That's the island between again it's in East China Sea, right? That's why it is Taiwan, China, and Japan. When it comes to South China Sea, we have three islands disputed. Spratly Islands between China, Taiwan, Vietnam, Philippines, Malaysia, and Brunei. Parcel and Parcel is between China, Taiwan, and Vietnam. So then Scarborough Shoal, China, Philippines, Taiwan. So one thing is common, China and Taiwan. When it comes to East China, it should be Japan included along with the China and Taiwan. When it comes to South China Sea, based on like if it is Spratly Islands, we have more countries like Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Brunei. And Scarborough Shoal, we have only Philippines in addition to China and Taiwan. So when it's a parcel, it is Vietnam. Okay. So this is a news under international relations. Then we'll go for mapping. So today's mapping we don't have much. So yesterday's only I just revise. We just saw yesterday Israel attack on Hezbollah Lebanon. So we have seen the Lebanon map. We concluded that Lebanon is bordering with Syria, Israel, and also Mediterranean Sea. And we have seen the longest river is Litani River in Lebanon. So that was the thing in the mapping yesterday. Today no news. Today we have more news in science and technology. We just revised yesterday's. It was DF-41, China's DF-41. It is about intercontinental ballistic missile. What is DF-41? China's intercontinental ballistic missile. And today's news will see India's second interplanetary mission got approval. That is mission for Venus orbital mission, exactly after Mars orbital mission. So it should be in operation by 2028. Launch date. Mission objective is to study the Venus surface, subsurface, atmosphere, ionosphere, and its interaction with Sun. So key payloads are L&S band, synthetic operator radar, thermal camera, and experiments on interplanetary dust and high energy particles. So we are using a innovative technique, that is aero braking, to lower the satellite orbit using Venus atmosphere, that is aero braking. Okay. So next news was on AB head bulletproof jacket. What is this? Advanced ballistics for high energy defeat. So this is a bulletproof jacket. Now it is having more efficient bulletproof jacket. AB head or advanced ballistics for high energy defeat. So it is developed by DRDO and in collaboration with IIT Delhi. So material used polymers and indigenous boron carbide ceramic. So boron carbide ceramic. It is lightweight, modular design providing 360-degree protection. So weight is 8.2 kg to 9.5 kg. Lighter than army specifications. So these are some of the important points about AB head bulletproof jacket. The next is DRDO Deep Technology Initiative. So this is current affair. So we know that how much the deep technology initiative is important to avoid the hacking, etc. So DRDO, backed by 1 lakh crore, is launching a new program focusing on emerging military technology. So investing in technology is very important to tackle modern terror acts or for internal securities, right? So funding 5 high value project, 50 crore each, to promote indigenization and reduce import dependency. They're focusing on quantum technology, artificial intelligence, blockchain for national security. So we are taking global inspiration from US DARPA to revolutionize defense with disruptive technologies. So funding through the Technology Development Fund, engaging MSMEs and startups. So we are going for Atmanirbhar Bharat. So next current affair is India and US are collaborating for India's first semiconductor fabrication plant under India's semiconductor mission. India has launched a semiconductor mission. Now we are establishing semiconductor fabrication plant with the collaboration with the USA. So firm involved Bharat Semi and Third Eye Tech, Indian startups designing military specific chips and armed forces. So Bharat Semi and Third Eye Tech companies are involved. India's semiconductor initiatives are semiconductor mission, as I already mentioned, and fabrication plants for national security and self-reliant initiatives. So these are some. Then we have next current affair. It's on superconductor. So Prime Minister inaugurated 3 Param Rudra supercomputers worth 130 crore under the National Supercomputing Machine in Pune, Delhi and Kolkata. So 3 places: Pune in west, Kolkata in east, and in the central Delhi. So history: India began developing indigenous supercomputers in 1987. So it's easy to remember 1987, after being denied a Cray XMP purchase. Okay. So major system include Param series, Param Siddhi AI and Airabat, ranked 75th globally in 2023. So application is for different wide variety of applications are there. Some of them are weather forecasting, genomic sequence, etc. So role or to drive the innovation in AI, quantum computing, enhancing India's global tech leadership. So in DRDO also we are going to focus on quantum, blockchain, AI and all. So also for that supercomputer we are developing under supercomputer mission, National Supercomputing Mission. So now we have Param Rudra, okay, along with Param series like Param Siddhi, Airavat. So these are some of the current affairs on science and technology. We'll see on internal security. So yesterday we saw that Assam Accord is going to include clause 6, which is for more identity protection, legislative safeguard, cultural and political representation for that. So they had a talk with, what is that, ASSAM, Assam Accord, when they spoke about AASU. So now this was the news for yesterday, and today we have Globe Network. So what is this? India elected to the steering committee of Globe Network, focusing on fighting corruption and financial crime. So this is for fighting corruption and financial crime, the Globe Network. So India is going to be a steering committee member now. So this has been launched in 2021 under G20 framework. So there are 121 countries, 219 authorities. Aim international cooperation in anti-corruption and asset recovery. Okay, India's role will be strengthened in leadership role, so that it will be avoiding or controlling corruption following G20 presidency. Yes, so Globe Network, it is fighting against corruption and financial crimes. So the next is under geography. Yesterday we have seen India signed, or we have US led MSFN to secure critical mineral supply chain. So Mineral Security Finance Network, we joined that network. so that we are like less depending on China, where it is controlling 70% of rare earth minerals. So today we'll see Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh are signing to memorandum of agreement for modified Eastern Rajasthan Canal project. So Eastern Rajasthan Canal project is a news that recently Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh are signing memorandum. So they are trying to link Chambal, Parbati and Kali Sindh. Chambal originated in Vindhya river, even Parbati. So these three, Parvati and Kali Sindh are tributary to Chambal. So these three are going to be connected so that so better water utilization will be taken care. So that's the thing. So second news was urban flooding. Guwahati faces increased urban flooding due to inadequate infrastructure, rapid urbanization, worsened by deforestation. So Guwahati is also facing urban flooding. It has become very normal nowadays. So for that we have causes which are both natural and man-made. When you take natural, it's heavy rainfall, topography, river overflow. So these things are the natural cause, whereas man-made, unplanned urbanization. See, we can't control natural things, but man-made are under man control, right? So there should be proper planned urbanization. So we are also kind of doing wetland encroachment, which is again causing urban flooding, inadequate drainage, concretization. If you concretize, water won't get into ground, and then it will obviously flood. So these are man-made. Because of that, we have disruption, health risk, economic loss, environment damage, and displacement. So how can we mitigate this? So proper planning, proper urban planning, drainage upgradation, watershed management should be there, resilient infrastructure and early warning system has to be there. So these are mostly affected areas. So yeah, Guwahati, Kolkata, Hyderabad, Chennai, then we have Ahmedabad, Surat, Mumbai, even Bangalore is known for it, Kerala. So these are some of the regions where urban flooding is more. So next we'll see in the governance or polity what we have. Yesterday we said about custodial death, that culpated homicide, there was a split verdict for police officer convicted under section 304. Then we have seen about Lokpal and Lokayukta Act, where CM Siddaramaiah is under investigation by Lokayukta. So that is a thing, and we saw some of the like points like why Lokayukta and all. Then we have CJ. Today we have CJ speech at MK Nambiar Memorial Lecture. So in his speech he has emphasized on constitution, that it evolves with the societal changes. Okay, and so A.K. Gopalan case has been mentioned by him, which is advocated for due process of law under Article 21. It was like Nambiar contribution also is what he said. Under Keshwananda Bharati case, introduced a basic structure. This is also got emphasized there. Judiciary role strengthens individual right and uphold democratic values. That should be the judicial role. And the statement on the constitutional as a living document was made. So it is growing with a societal change and it's a living document. So in A.K. Gopalan case, very important. So in which case due process of law, Gopalan case. So basic structure we all know, Keshwananda Bharati case. These points has been emphasized by CJI Chandrachud. Next news is on Ratri Sati initiative. So it is going to be amended. Why? Because Ratri Sati we know this is for women's safety. So now it is going to be amended. Why? Because Supreme Court has raised issues regarding contractual stop deployment after a related crime incident. We all know the crime incident which has happened recently in Kejikar Hospital. So controversy. What is the controversy? Because appointment of 12,000 untrained police personnel questioned by experts regarding their effectiveness in ensuring the security. So that's why it is going to be amended. That is what Banerjee has been announced. So in under environment, yesterday we have seen cheetah which has been imported from Namibia and then South Africa. We see a like eye mortality rate also 40% in adults and 29% of cubs, and we have focused like we'll be focusing on prey based augmentation, habitat restoration, and the transparent project. So these are some of the points we have to revise. So that's all for today's current affair. We'll catch up tomorrow.